Hey, remember in the last video when I said we were done with the C10, we wouldn't have to work on it for a while? Well, here we are. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. We're in the North Field again to do a water pump on the C10 here. It was starting to wobble, and I figure replace it now before it leaves me stranded somewhere. And it's hot out. I think it's cooler here in the shade than it is in the shop. It's hot down there, so we're doing it outside. All I brought with me is this toolbox that I threw together real quick. Let's get started. Hope I brought everything. Get this upper hose out of the way. You don't have to do this. I just want you guys to see. Go get the bucket before I make a mess. It's actually a great reason we're out here. I usually make a mess out of the shop when I work on cooling systems. To get the main drive belt off, we're gonna have to loosen up the alternator. That way we can pivot it. Loosen up the mounting bolt and loosen up this tensioner a little bit. There, it slid down. Let me get the belt off. And the pulley can come off too. I'm actually just going to take the alternator all the way out. We'll unplug it. Nice exposed wire there. That's wonderful. Then we'll take the tensioner nut the rest of the way off and the mounting bolt. Oh, forgot about that one there. Dumb ways to die. Oh shit. Yep. Maybe I ought to disconnect the battery. I'm going to get these couple alternator brackets out of the way. Man. Using hand tools again. This must be what it's like being Amish. Hope my Milwaukee batteries don't die. I'll have to put on a straw hat at that point. Power steering drive belt needs to get out of the way too. It's a similar story. We're just going to loosen the mounting bolt right here. Then the tensioner is over here on this side. That might do it. Yep. Now we'll just take them completely off and get the power steering pump out of the way. We'll just set it off to the side right here. Now we get that lower hose off, and hopefully the drain pan will catch most of that. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot. All that's left is the 4 mounting bolts, 2 on the left and 2 on the right. Well, being that a bunch of coolant just dumped out when I took out this bolt, I think this one's going to have to be wrapped with some tape. When we put it back on, now we can yoink off the water pump. All right, old one's off, obviously. Now, the most crucial part here is going to be cleaning up the mating surface here for the new gasket and the new water pump so it doesn't leak, and then we have to do all this again. We'll start with this razor blade. I also grabbed a wire brush and some of these Scotch-Brite pads. With some brake cleaner, I think we can get it pretty well cleaned up. The shop runner has returned.
Got it.
You found it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
This is all I can find.
That's exactly what I needed. Thanks.
Is there really tape in it?
Yeah. See?
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, real quick. As long as your mating surface is nice and clean, like we did, and make sure your new water pump is nice and clean, paper gaskets will work fine. Don't let the dudes at the parts store bamboozle you. You don't need a bunch of RTV caked on here, gasket maker or whatever. As you can see on the old one, it was just paper gasket. There wasn't any RTV, and all we scraped off of here was paper. No RTV on there either, and it never leaked. So as long as you clean it good, you'll be all right. Now let's go ahead and get this new water pump on. I got the top bolts in with the gaskets hanging on them. Try and get this thing kind of lined up. This water pump came with gaskets, but I picked up some Velcro ones. Get the bottom ones in. Here's that one that goes into the cooling jacket that I wrapped with tape. Make sure that goes in and lines up. We'll get them started with the gun here, and then we'll tighten them by hand. Now you've probably seen how rusty that old water pump was. That should not happen again. Got the aluminum one. These snugged up. Oh yeah, and speaking of auto parts store, shout out to the dude who asked me what the make was when I was ordering a starter for my 99 Corvette. Okay, I'm going to begin reassembly, and then we'll do a leak check. All right, we got our fancy funnel on here. Once we get this thing full, we'll start it up and do our leak test. Buford, no. Buford's my cat. He enjoys long walks on the beach and eating baby bunnies, apparently. Not the first time. What's up? Buford was eating another bunny. Another one.
Where's that?
Over there by the trees. Fire it up. Oh shit. I think that belt's a little tight. All right, we'll back it off a little. What do you see? Wait a minute. Was it even spinning? Hold up. That bracket's a little screwed up. Oh, that wasn't spinning at all. Take two. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let it run for a while and I'll let you know. All right, we got brown coolant starting to mix in here and it's not bubbling anymore. So the system should be full. Something's squeaking away in here. Probably damaged that belt a little bit. But like I said, if something happens, whatever. Spinning nice and straight now. That's good. So far, so good on the temp. Seems like the alternator is charging. Shut her down. Oh, great. Steaming hot for me, too. Plug that. Nice. Is this hot? A little bit. Ooh, yeah, a lot of it. Nice and full. Got the shroud back on there and no leaks detected, which is cool. So we're done. That's gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Join me next time where we will probably have to be replacing a belt, maybe an alternator. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Take it easy. See you in the next one.